Nick has COVID.
We need a third person.
So who do we call? Sean!
You took that idea from me, didn't you?
No, yeah, I get it. It's all good. Feel better, bud. I'll talk to you later. Sean's gonna be a no-go. Just not feeling too well. So I think it's just gonna be the two of us. When did you put on the mask?
What are you talking about? I've always had this thing on.
No, you didn't. You literally didn't have it in the previous scene, and now you have it in this scene. Make it make sense.
Make what sense? COVID doesn't make sense, all right? It's a whole thing. It makes you sick, and it makes people crazy, but not me, okay? I'm not crazy!
Dude, what are you talking about? Nick's not even here. It's not like you can get sick when he's not here.
But he's here in spirit. See? Oh no. Okay, seriously, can you cut it out with the whole title cards? I feel like it's very distracting, and I don't know what to start when the conversation does, because when it's all black and then there's white letters. Kills 99.9% of germs. What about the 0.1%? Recording at 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California, at Undercity Comics. Keeping Up with Nerds presents issue 164. Five. My name is Rene.
This is Bryan.
And welcome to the show, everyone.
Woo! Wait. Where's Nick,
Where's
dude?
Nick?
Oh, he died. Dead.
No. I mean, he went
I
very
killed
much
him.
could have.
I've had enough of him. Buried his
Bryan
body.
had it up to here.
I've had it up to just right here, dude. I had like less than like 1% left of sanity before I actually did anything far worse. No, Nick's fine.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's a little sick boy.
He's a little sick boy.
He got the next round of COVID 4.
Basically.
Yeah, there's so many different strains.
The revenge of COVID.
COVID awakens at this point.
Basically, it got pretty much everyone in our group.
Dude, you know what? That's the thing, is that COVID never really got fully eradicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like most diseases out there right now. But it's interesting because, Nick got COVID, and you said a couple other people that we know also got COVID.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're the only ones that survived.
We're the only ones.
Thankfully.
Common
Knock
denominator.
on wood.
We didn't go visit the mouse.
No. Blame the mouse, dude. He was the one that spread it all over the place. It makes sense, right?
I mean, it's a super spreader.
That's the thing, dude, is that it's like, it's so weird because I was there too.
Yeah, so like, you were? How was that?
It was fine.
Yeah,
it was fun.
going back, like.
Oh, you're talking about my experience there. It was fun.
No,
dude.
you're fine, obviously.
Yeah,
so,
I'm great, dude. I'm still kicking, thankfully. Knock on wood, dude. No, I haven't been there in about like 2 years, I think is what it was. Mm-hmm. And Andy really wanted to take me, so she's taking me for 3 days this month, park hopping. And honestly, dude, part of me misses it. The other part of me is like, yeah, It's fun while it is. I did go on the Runaway Railroad ride because she really, really wanted to take me to go see that. And dude, that is by far.
It's a fun ride.
Have you been on there?
Yeah, I've been on that
dude,
ride.
It's my new favorite ride.
It's such a good experience.
It's my new favorite ride because it's so uniquely different than most other rides there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll tell you this. When I used to work at Disney, the one thing that they would tell you, especially working at California Adventure, is that they will have transitions. Transitions from land to land is important.
Yeah.
They want you to feel like you're not in a theme park, you're actually in the world. So, for example, if you're going to like Cars Land, from Cars Land and you're going into what's now San Francisco,
San Francisco, yeah.
The transition has to be so seamless that you don't even notice where the Cars Land ends and where, San Francisco begins. So when I went into Runaway Railroad, I love that the moment you go into the El Capitan, but it's called the cartoon, whatever, right? Yeah. It basically is like an Oscar museum for Mickey Mouse and all his former like TV specials and movies.
It's a fun place to stay in line.
Yes.
Yeah, you're watching it and you're kind of like, oh, yeah, this is pretty cool to look at,
Yeah.
I think my favorite part is when you're going through the concession stand and you see all the treats and all the snacks and everything. Yeah. And it's just so cool. You're looking at it, you're like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like, I would eat that.
Yeah. My favorite part has to be when you're going into the theater to watch the 3-hour special.
Oh, yeah.
And then Goofy blows up the station. And you go from the real world into the cartoon world. And Andy was laughing the whole time because I was looking at like basically just the look of it.
Yeah.
And I kept touching the walls thinking that there were seams of the wood there, and it's so well done.
It's flawless.
Dude. Yeah, it's so good. It's such a great ride. I'm glad I went. But other than that, dude, I just missed the ride, and it's not on display. Whoops! I got myself something.
Oh, look at that!
It's a beauty. Cal Kestis's lightsaber from Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what happened? I think I messaged you guys in the chat, and I was just like, guys, I did a thing. And both you and Nick were just like, "What'd you do?"
I thought you got a magic key.
No,
I was like, you bought a magic key.
No,
like 10 minutes in Disneyland, you're like, yeah, I'm getting a pass.
I'm back, baby. Is it on display here? Can the camera see it?
Yeah, in the corner. Go ahead.
In the corner. Is it good enough, or do I need to put it more in the middle?
No, you're fine.
I'll move it.
If you move it closer to the camera, it's not going to catch it.
Hey guys, look! This is why you guys need to watch your stuff on YouTube because you can see Cal Kestis' sexy lightsaber.
There you go.
On display, youtube.com/keeping up with the nerds. So we got off of Space Mountain, and you know how it takes you to Star Traders.
Yeah.
So I knew that they moved most of the lightsaber stuff over to Batu.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. I don't have to really look at stuff because the moment you put up a cool, sexy lightsaber in front of me, dude, I'm buying that stuff.
Yeah.
So I see lightsabers in the bag, and I'm like, crap, dude. Like, there's just absolutely no way. And then they had a sale, and they were like 30% off. You know, it's what was it? 30% off, 169 select lightsabers.
Really?
And I'm like, dude, there's absolutely no way. So then I see this beauty staring at me at the corner, just looking at me all like beautiful and sexy.
Did you go to, what is it? It was Star Wars Land or
no, Star Traders.
Oh, Star Traders.
That's where it was.
Oh,
so they had this one out there, and then they had Mace Windu's out on display as well, so you can hold it and touch it.
Yeah.
So I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, do you mind if I like hold on to one of the lightsabers?
Yeah, can I touch it?
He's like, yeah.
Hey, can I touch it? The guy's like, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So he brings me the lightsaber. He brings me Cal Kestis's. This heavyweight, dude.
It is heavy.
Heavyweight.
I've held that thing. It is so top heavy.
It's so heavy.
Yeah.
And I immediately fell in love. It was love at first touch, dude.
Yeah, Brian showed it to me and I was like, oh my God, like I need 2 hands to hold this. If you guys are just listening to the audio, like, I mean, picture it. Like,
pulled it down, pull it out, and
Brian's there, like, look what I got, and I'm like, you got it, man. Damn.
Just like a thunk sound, you know. So I'm holding on to this thing, and I'm just like, dude, there's absolutely no way. And Andy's looking at me, going like, "You want it, huh?" And I'm like, I know I shouldn't. It's a lot of money. And the guy looks at me. He's just like, "You want it, huh?" And I'm like, "Dude, don't." And I start telling him, because usually when I get nervous, I start talking a lot. So I'm just like, yeah, I have like all these sabers, and I really want Mace Windu's.
Just word vomit.
It's like, yeah, I have Yodas and Vaders and Kylos and Lukes and Anakins, and just went on and on and on and on. And then I look at it, and I'm just like, I don't want Mace Windu's, even though I have been wanting Mace Windu's for a really long time. I can't miss out on Cal Kestis's. So I bought Cal Kestis's.
Hey,
Like, we
man.
got him. That's
No,
what he said.
it's a good purchase. I mean, you got that. You got, was it Luke?
The sabers that I have.
Yeah.
So I have Anakin Skywalker's. I have the Skywalker lightsaber.
Yeah.
I have Yoda's, Darth Vader's, Kylo Ren's, Obi-Wan Kenobi's from A New Hope, the dark saber.
Yes.
Cal Kestis's now,
Uh-huh.
and I'm missing one.
Yeah, Vader? Yeah,
I have Vader. I
you
mentioned
said,
Vader and
yeah.
Kylo. Yeah,
I think that's it.
yeah, and then my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really missing. I want Count Dooku's saber.
Ooh,
I want
solid.
Ahsoka's
And
and
Kylo's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Kylo's?
I have Kylo's.
Oh, you have Kylo's.
I have
Oh,
Kylo's.
wow.
So the ones that I want are Dooku's, Mace Windu's, and Ahsoka's.
You don't have Qui-Gon?
I don't think Qui-Gon's is. I know Qui-Gon's is hard to get.
Yeah.
So I doubt I'm gonna get my hands on that one. I know Count Dooku's is also hard to get.
Are you going to get Ahsoka's duel? Or are you just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
Get, yeah? You're just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
get one of them? Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, that's the thing is, I might be a Trekkie, but you put a light sword in front of me, and that's all I want.
Yeah. No, I
Come
hear
on,
you.
dude. It's
I feel you, man. Yeah.
that's weird. I thought that there'd be like bigger nerds that would collect this stuff, and no, apparently I'm the only freak in nature that has like that would spend money on this.
The one thing that I'm afraid to get into is championship belts. Because I know once I start, I can't have one.
But
Like,
that's the thing is, I feel championship belts are. There's an easier stop to them.
Yeah.
Because with lightsabers,
mm-hmm.
you have different companies like make them all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, quick little thing. This is a legacy saber.
Yeah.
So this is Jedi Survivors. That's why you have
Oh, you
the
don't
finished
have
tip.
the finished
It's not
tip,
broken
yeah.
from Fallen Order, right?
Mhm.
But I wanted to avoid the legacy sabers from Disneyland because
Mhm.
I'm going to be honest, you're spending $150 and it feels like cheap plastic. I'm not buying that.
That's true.
So there's no point. I feel like with belts though from WWE and WWF,
Mhm.
you have to stop yourself because certain ones are going to be a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to make purchases
I
based
think-
off like
I think the
smart
most
purchases.
Yeah, the most that I've seen a championship belt go for is like $400-$300. And that's for like the new ones.
the
like,
new ones.
the
And now imagine
new
the old ones.
The old ones are not that bad. I mean, it depends on what you get. If you get one that are made out of brass
Mhm.
and they're just painted, they're pretty cheap.
Really?
Yeah, I've looked on Amazon. Amazon has some pretty cheap ones.
So here's the thing, all right? I collect sabers, so I don't want to walk around Whittier with a lightsaber because if I can run into the Star Wars kid, it's over. You know
Yeah,
that's
this kid's dead.
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
like you're dead, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you have faith in me that I
Yeah.
would beat Star Wars guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh heck yeah, dude. I haven't seen him around, by the way.
Oh really?
Yeah. For listeners outside of the Whittier area, we have this guy. He dresses up in like Star Wars getup as like a robe,
Yeah.
and he walks around with like a red lightsaber. He defends their city, you
Yeah.
know. But he hasn't been around, so I don't know
I
where
haven't
he's been.
seen him.
Yeah, so you know, if I walk out with a lightsaber, dude, I think it's over for me. I don't know, but if you do carry a championship belt, just know that you know title matches do have to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you walk around with the world heavyweight, dude,
Uh-huh.
that's it. I'm gonna challenge you, and you got to be a defending champion like Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I gotta defend my title.
Yeah, I do want to talk about wrestling. Now that Nick's not here, we can talk about
We
wrestling.
could
dude.
talk about wrestling.
We could,
Yeah.
dude. Honestly, freedom. This is what freedom
Yeah,
feels
this is
like.
freedom. Yeah.
Is this what you guys felt when I was gone?
A little bit.
Yeah. Feels nice, dude.
I can breathe.
Oh, I don't have to argue. I can be happy. Where's my blood pressure?
What's your blood pressure at right now?
I don't
Now
know,
that
dude.
Nick's not here.
Oh, it's my blood. I can't tell my blood pressure, but I can tell you my stress levels.
Oh, yeah, it was
green.
just stress level.
It's green, dude.
Ooh.
So a little bit of a change up's going to happen. So
yes.
we are recording on my phone, but I'm also recording on my DSLR. So we are
Yes.
going to have a couple frequent breaks here and there.
Yeah.
Don't
Every
know
half
what-
an hour.
Every half an hour or so, just because we do audio listeners, you won't be able to tell a difference.
It'll be
hopefully,
flawless.
hopefully, if my
Yeah.
editing's done well. But if you're on YouTube, you will see a couple breaks in between.
Mhm.
We don't know what we'll fill it up with, but we will with something.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I do have to reset the camera every now and then, so apologies if we've had to abruptly stop a conversation
Mhm.
to reset the camera. Before we talk about wrestling for a bit, let's
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get rid of the formalities real
Yes,
quick.
Go for it.
KeepingItUpWithTheNerds.com for all the up-to-date information. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm saying Twitter, and there's a reason why. No, Twitter.
Oh, what happened?
Tweet. No, I'm going to tell you why. It's in
Okay.
comic strips.
Oh.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. Follow us on YouTube as well. Go subscribe. KeepingItUpWithTheNerds.com / Keeping Up With The Nerds. That's the only place you guys can find our skits. Keep an eye there, because keep an eye on there. I'll be posting a couple things soon. I just finished up training for my new job, so I should have that time now to be able to go back, put up more shorts, and do the compilations of the skits.
Unfinished videos.
Yeah. The Valentine's Day one, which Nick really wants. Dude, he wanted to cancel this issue just so I can finish that Valentine's Day one.
It's the episode where all of our significant others are.
It's gonna come out.
Yeah.
It's there. It's not like the assets are gone.
I think what it is that he doesn't want to record a third video unless the second one comes
I still have a couple months.
Okay.
So it'll happen. But like, dude doesn't edit. So unless he edits, I feel like
he's willing to edit. No, he's willing to edit.
The last time I gave him something to edit, he literally took shortcuts.
Well,
I mean, like the quality you get here is because I spend like hours editing. You know, it's not like, hey, I'm gonna edit for 5 minutes. Okay, back to ball.
Well, I don't edit, so I don't have anything to say. So I'm happy with the product that's been put out.
I'm satisfied.
I am satisfied.
5 stars, maybe not. 4, yes.
4, definitely hard 4.9. 4.9.
Oh my god, I'm gonna keep an eye on this camera here. I think we should probably reset every we'll see
you
how far the
every,
first one.
20 minutes.
We'll see, because right now we have 6 minutes left.
Okay,
but if anything, I probably reset every 25 or so because it does overheat.
Okay,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll use up that 6 minutes right now because something happened to me today upon recording.
Before wrestling,
because I feel like we'll get into wrestling when we get into wrestling, and I don't want to break. So today, it was actually before Friday here upon recording, I had a random gentleman come in, and he seemed pretty normal. He comes in, he's just looking around, and he goes, so where are your new comics? And I'm like, oh, the new comics are actually behind you with the star that says new this week. And then he's like, oh, okay, cool. And he's just kind of looking around, and he goes like, so what's moving, what's, just like common questions that I normally get working here at the comic book store. And I was like, oh, well, it depends on who's writing it now and stuff like that. He goes, oh, okay. He's looking around. Mind you, I never got a weird vibe from this guy. I never got any indication that this guy's, has one too many Fruit Loops in the head and stuff like that. He seemed fairly fine. And then he's looking around and he looks inside the room. He goes, are those comics for sale? The boxes? And I go, are you asking if the boxes are for sale or the comics in the boxes? He goes, the comics in the boxes. And I go, no, the comics in the boxes are also for sale. He goes, oh, okay, cool. He goes like, so this is a pretty cool place. I'm like, yeah, it is, good area, good spot. He goes, yeah. So like, on your off time, you should really promote the fresh, the fresh Beach Boys and Beach Girls. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what is that? He goes, the fresh Beach Boys and the fresh Beach Girls. And I'm like, is that a company? Do you work for a company that's the label? He goes, no, the actual beaches. And I'm like, huh? And he's all like, yeah, just that, we all got to treat the beaches better. I'm kind of like, personally, I'm offended of how people treat the beaches now. They're fine now, but then just later on, they're just how they're getting all polluted and trash. And I'm like, oh, we're going to have one of those days right now. And so then, mind you, a couple just came in when he just said fresh Beach Boys and fresh Beach Girls. And the girl in the couple was like, looking, and I'm just like, oh god. And then he goes, yeah, just like, we just gotta treat the beaches better. And I'm like, okay. He goes, well, I'm gonna get out of here, man, just do what you need to do. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. He goes like, okay, cool, take care. And I'm like, all right. And then the couple looks at me and I'm like, that was a 180 for sure. He came in and I was fairly confident this was just a normal dude, and then he turned it 180 last like 2 minutes of the conversation.
That's the thing, man, is like, I mean, you're not a rude person. I've noticed that. Like you can hold, I think you portray yourself as like, I don't want to talk to people when you like talk about your stories here in the shop. Yeah. But like every time I walk in to do something, I mean, you don't change. So you're the same person the whole way through. Yeah. You come into the store, you talk to people, and you are fairly polite to them. And you're
first impressions.
Yeah, first impressions are always like that. Yeah. But some of the stories you talk about here in the comic book store, it's like, to me, what he did was like walking into like a Mexican restaurant and saying like, you know what you should serve? Mm-hmm. Chinese.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck? Like,
really quick. I also had like I had a couple, and they were obviously a couple that lives on the street.
Yeah.
So they came in, just wanted to grab a few freebies. I'm like, yeah, let's go good. And the girl, the couple, looks at me. She goes, "So do you think of like what do you think of skinwalkers?" And I'm like, what do you mean? And she goes,
Like The Walking Dead?
No, skinwalkers, like real skinwalkers, like people that like a changeling that shifts into people and stuff, or it shifts and changes its shape and stuff like that to either to like a humanoid animal or to another person. You never heard of a skinwalker?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
just that's a weird question.
It's
to
a weird
ask.
question. And she goes, "Have you ever seen one?" And I'm like, "To tell you the truth, I want to know if I did or not." That's the thing,
takes off her
right?
mask.
And I was literally getting ready to like hop over the thing and just grab that little baton that we have, be like, "Back, demon, back!" But she's like, "No." Like I'm like, "Have you?" And she goes, "No, I've never seen one." I'm like, "Me neither." And I wouldn't know if I was talking to a skinwalker or not and stuff. She goes, "Okay, well, you have a good day." And I'm like, "You have a good day as well." I'm telling you, Halloween's around the corner, guys.
Hey, and Mexico just revealed 2 alien bodies.
Yeah.
So, that's great.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So that was my week. Yep. Skinwalkers and fresh beach boys and beach girls.
I'm going to let this camera run and see how far it goes until it cuts.
Okay. So when it cuts, then we'll
cut and then
Okay.
we'll do a quick break.
Okay.
I'll leave it all the way up to like 25. I'll see how long if it goes up to 30.
Okay.
Let's talk about wrestling real quick before we go
let's do
into comic strips. So I've been trying to catch up. I think I'm like 6 weeks behind.
You're finally you're at the tail end of catching up. Yeah.
So I've got a couple weeks to watch for both SmackDown and Raw before getting into Payback, and then I can watch what's going on. But I've been keeping up with some stuff that's on Instagram. And here's the thing: I don't want to bore people with a conversation of wrestling because some people aren't into it. But I will say this: when I look at some of the stuff, because I've recently been watching like stuff that happens on Instagram, it's interesting to see the crowd that usually responds to certain things that happen during like that like event for like Raw or SmackDown, right? So to me, I've always told you whenever we talk about it that my biggest problem with the WWE right now is that it doesn't know what it's doing because it has too many major stars.
Yeah.
Right. So
they have these so many people in one thing, and you have certain stories going away. I mean, the one person that I get super angry with is this Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Because he's the reigning champion right now.
Exactly. So I think about that. I'm just kind of like Roman Reigns is a good example, right? He doesn't do much. He just defends his title, and the title defenses he's had, it's been interference by other people helping him out. Yeah. Which makes no sense, right? But it's kind of like, the way I see it is you have consumers like you and I who are really into it, right? Yeah. And then consumers that are kind of like third party watching, like from like over the shoulder. Oh, I'm going to watch it because my boyfriend, my husband, whatever. Yeah. My friend is into it. Yeah. And so they watch it. So Andy's kind of placed in that position as well, where she's watching because
she's like,
she knows
what's going on.
She kind of, because she knows of like the big guys like The Rock, The Miz, John Cena.
But she doesn't know like Drew McIntyre.
Doesn't know Drew McIntyre.
Matt Riddle.
Doesn't know
Chad Gables.
Or Otis or
or Gunther.
Doesn't know any of those guys.
Knows the headliners, basically the main event.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody
knows
Rhodes
because I love Cody Rhodes.
Same.
But we did watch the Damian Priest Bad Bunny match for what was it?
Is that Backlash?
Backlash.
Yeah.
And that one was so entertaining for them because it was me, my sister-in-law, and my mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
And they freaking loved it. I loved it, dude.
Good match.
It was a
fun
great match. Yeah.
That was a fun match. You got to check out the street match for the tag team titles for Judgment Day.
I'll
Sami
get to
Zayn. That was a crazy match.
Yeah. I'm disappointed what happened, but the point I'm trying to get to is that I feel like it doesn't know what it's doing with some of the stars, right?
WWE, yeah.
WWE. And I feel like I need to watch certain things to kind of understand what's going on, but it does feel like there's short bursts of like good feeling highs rather than like long-term enjoyments.
So I've noticed something with WWE is when it comes to, like you said, short-term highlights and then long-term commitments. It's we talk and we come up with better solutions of what to do for WWE superstars and what to do for certain title reigns as well too. And and it's just so interesting because the way they're handling Gunther as Intercontinental Champion and then building up with Chad Gables as the contender, as the person that wants to get the title. right now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, have Gunther lose the Intercontinental Championship. Put Gunther in as World Heavyweight Champion, and he's a good heel champion, you know, and I've noticed that people love to follow not so much as like champions, but as hated champions, because it's a much more interesting storytelling aspect.
It's interesting because but you also, it is interesting, but you get the negative side to it, which is these people don't defend their titles.
Yeah.
And Rhea Ripley is one of those. Rhea Ripley was very fun to watch when she took it from Charlotte in SummerSlam.
Yeah, SmackDown Championship, Women's Champion. Yeah.
Yeah, SummerSlam.
No, it was WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, excuse me, WrestleMania.
When she took the SmackDown Women's Championship from her, it was such a good moment for her.
It was entertaining, but now she's not fighting, and that's the problem.
I mean, granted, you know, she is fighting now, but there was a long period, basically, where it wasn't. They never build anything up with her. They put her against certain WWE superstars that are well liked, like you have with from Backlash, which defended in Backlash. It's the girl you like. I forgot her name.
Raquel or
the small.
Oh, Zelina.
Zelina. When she
Vega.
defended it at Backlash, it's Zelina. It was just like a 2-minute match.
Yeah, and that's not good, especially with how much hype Zelina was giving for that match, right? Yeah. So, but then like Rhea Ripley's a good example of this, right? Because you have good stories going with like being developed around her.
Yeah.
So she knocked out and basically, you know, handicapped Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Right. And then you had this rivalry between Raquel and Rhea.
Yeah.
And it makes people who haven't followed wrestling in so long realize, oh, shoot, these two women have had relationships as tag team partners in NXT.
Yeah.
And it brings back history and it's good. But then what ends up happening is they were doing a title match and then they bring in someone else to interrupt that match.
Yeah.
And now it's a different story, or we don't know what's going on. You want a men's problem that's going on right now? Jimmy and Jey Uso. It was a good story. Jimmy interferes. Jey ends up losing the title match to Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah.
After it was supposedly tribal combat, he had the win, and now Jimmy's going back to the bloodline, even though he was mistreated.
He kicked him at Night of Champions. He kicked Roman Reigns, and now he's like, now he claims that, oh yeah, I stopped you from winning because I didn't want you, Jay, to be like him as a tribal chief.
But then he's in the bloodline, which was confirmed tonight.
Yeah.
Like he's like,
still
I'm in the bloodline. It's like, oh, I've never left the bloodline. So if I've never left it, then I definitely am, you know, the one. Like we are the ones. And it's so weird and dumb.
It's such a interesting road that how they're doing with the bloodline right now. Like Solo could have been a great, you know, singles person if he wasn't in the bloodline at the moment, or right away at least.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if, you know, because the way that even with the Judgment Day, they're doing the same thing with the Judgment Day, having JD McJuden do all this stuff, like, you know, him interfering, him helping out the Judgment Day and stuff like that. I mean, we all know he's gonna be inducted into the Judgment Day at some point, but I don't know what they're doing with Finn. And then I don't know what they're doing with Damian at the same time.
But Judgment Day's in a good position. They have so much silverware right now. They got tag team fights. They got Money in the Bank. They got Women's World Championship.
The thing is, though, is that when you have Judgment Day now, you have Finn and Damian has Universal Tag Team Champions, or Undisputed Tag Team Champions now. You're not going to have Damian cash in his Money in the Bank contract anytime soon now at this point.
So can he hold on to it for a full year?
He can hold on to it to a full year, basically until next
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, which is basically, I think it's
July.
Yeah, next July. And usually, you know, I'm thinking if what they'll do is that they're going to have the Judgment Day as champions until WrestleMania 40. Then they're going to lose the titles at WrestleMania 40. And then we're going to have Damian. Basically, when he loses that title that night, he's going to cash in his contract.
Yeah. And it's kind of a shame to, like, I mean, let's wrap up this wrestling talk, right? Because I feel like we're complaining. We're enjoying what they're doing.
No, that's the thing.
It's just we want more.
There's more creative ways to go about certain superstars that I feel like I honestly feel like I could have gone a different direction with.
It's not the writing that's making it entertaining. It's the superstars. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this entire conversation. The superstars is what's making this era of wrestling entertaining.
Yes.
Because you have really great wrestlers. I don't like the Judgment Day. right? I don't like them as a unit, but massive respect to Damian Priest, to Finn Balor, to Damian Mysterio as well. Dominic
Mysterio. I love Dominic Mysterio as North American champion right now. He's putting some substance in NXT.
Yeah.
Like he makes you want to watch NXT because you want to see him, either if you hate him, you want to see him lose that title. And guess what? That makes you want to watch NXT.
Just to see where he loses it.
And now in NXT, we have Becky Lynch as the new NXT Women's Champion now, which is great. That's the thing. And I think WWE realizes that no one's watching NXT, so now they're having WWE superstars kind of
go into that experiment a little bit.
That's the thing.
But the superstars are where it's at.
Yes.
Judgment Day as a unit doesn't work for me, but individually, these superstars are great. You have Sami Zayn, great wrestler, but he was being a little bit held down because of that tag team, because he was basically the brains of the operation, whereas Kevin Owens was just more of like the bronze of everything.
Yeah, they really focused on Kevin just being angry.
Yeah.
And when they were tag team champions, which is, I mean, it's funny. It's a funny dynamic. But you could tell, though, I could tell that Kevin is getting tired.
Yeah.
In the WWE.
Definitely. Yeah. Cody Rhodes, great speaker.
Yeah.
Great. Like, I bet you when he's in Oxnard this next week, he's going to be like, so Oxnard. What do you want to talk about? It's great saying, but he's being wasted. No good matches.
There's no one for him to fight right now other than Roman Reigns, but that's being held until WrestleMania.
I will say I am excited to get to Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle getting in when their story. Because that's such a weird dynamic, but it's so great. So I can't wait to get to that point. But again, for me, it's the superstars and not the story that's really selling it for me.
We got about like 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Yeah. Okay. So I think we'll just cut to break here. So enjoy, if you're on YouTube, a small little thing.
Yeah.
And
if you're on audio, you're just going to listen to us talk about changing right now.
We'll be right back.
Oh. All right. I guess Brian wants me to do some sort of ad for the website. So I guess if you go on hopefully he puts it right here. Keeping Up with the Nerds, WWE. I don't know why I have to say it's right here. Click it. I don't know. Like, he wants me to do this whole thing. Socials will be right here. Or no, we have a link tree. Why am I putting different socials? Link tree, audio platforms. There's that one. That one I go on a lot. This one I don't because I don't have an Apple. But check them out. No.
We're back.
Hey.
If you saw something in the middle, hope you enjoyed it. If not, whatever. Let's move on.
It's going to happen again. Don't really care what you think.
You know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it, dude? You know?
You're going to do nothing. Sorry, I took a rock star.
Yeah, what happened, dude?
I know. It just now hit me.
Could you imagine going out in the streets and just going like, what? You want to mug me?
What? This guy's barking at me. You imagine that conversation?
You took it what Nick said. Just get butt ass naked, right? Slap your balls, grip them, whatever it is. And then as soon as you do,
this naked guy just ran up to me and started barking at me. Can you imagine having that conversation with someone? Like,
dude, they give you their money.
Yeah. I gotta see that again. Is this real life?
Don't fight us out in the streets, dude. We'll probably get, you know.
Don't test us. Weird stuff is you're gonna have a weird story to tell.
Oh man. Before we get into comic strips, I was talking to Noel at Primetime because he's been listening to the show a lot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he's enjoyed everything that we've done so far, and he's been loving the skits and stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
But we really got deep into a conversation, and he was talking about Blue Beetle.
Oh.
And he like he was talking about how he could like relate to a lot of stuff and stuff like that. So
cool.
Guys, honestly, if you guys see us out in the streets and want to talk to us, let us know. Cause I think that's what we're missing here is we really, granted, we always joke about it, it's like, oh, don't talk to us or whatever. We don't want to talk to people and stuff like
Nick's the one that's worried about meeting fans.
Yeah, Nick, you can't ever find us though. If you have something to say about the show, you enjoyed something, maybe have some recommendations, great, shoot them our way. Like talk to us on the comments section. If you know us, come say hi. Let us know what you guys think about certain episodes that you guys see. Or if you guys don't know us, say hi, you know?
Yeah, just say hi.
Just say
Come by to the comic book store.
Yeah. You'll see Renee there, not me.
Yeah.
Me.
Just
never.
don't ask me stupid questions. And I mean that.
About the Beach Boys and the Beach Girls.
Yeah.
How to
Don't
start
talk
your
to me
new-
about the Beach Boys and Beach Girls. First of all, just make sure there's no school around you. And there's a school down the street and a school up the street.
Is there one up the street?
Yeah, it's a college.
Whittier College. That's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. We're running into comic strips.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, comic strips, a portion of the show where we talk about topics that don't merit a 15 to 20-minute conversation, and Nick tries not to tangent
But
off.
Nick's not here.
Oh,
so
are
it'll be
we
a more
gonna-
efficient episode.
Yeah, we're gonna tangent off probably.
Probably.
We'll see what
depending.
happens.
Depending.
Depends on our mood, you know.
Depends if I have a funny joke to
Yeah,
say.
or you start barking out of nowhere.
Or if I don't like the topic.
Nick's not gonna listen to the show. You
No,
know what?
he's not. That's the
next
thing.
week when he comes in,
No,
you
because
just-
he's not in it. That's
Yeah,
why.
exactly. When he comes in next week, just be like, "You have a problem, Nick?"
Yeah, problem. Hell, why are you barking? That means you didn't watch the episode. Do your research.
They're so stupid. We already tangent, dude.
I know. And Nick's not even here.
All right, let's move on to the first topic of comic strips. Per an article by adage.com, a new poll shows that most users using x.com still refer to the site as Twitter. That's why I said Twitter.
Really?
Yes. So the poll states that 79% of respondents taking this poll said that they know of the changed name, but only 69% of respondents still call the site Twitter.
It's just easier, honestly.
It's just such a unique name.
Because, I mean, Twitter has been around since Twitter's been around. So it's like when you automatically brand it, it's like basically, you know, when Facebook tried to make us, Facebook and Instagram really tried to make us say the metaverse. We never really cared about that.
It sticks now because I think it's like we're so used to it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for me at least, right, certain brands need to have a unique name.
Yeah.
Okay, if Elon's greatest hit right now is Tesla, right?
Tesla.
Tesla's unique to me because when you think of Tesla, you think of Nikola Tesla, right?
Yeah. The guy that's not Edison.
The guy that invented electricity.
Yeah, he invented electricity, but Edison was like, not you.
But you know, it's such a unique name, and when you think of Tesla, you think of the cars, right? The electric cars.
Yeah.
It's the staple, it's the brand of electric cars,
that's
right?
the thing, yeah.
Even though other companies have made it.
Yeah.
But x.com,
No, I
Like,
don't.
what is
I don't think
X.com?
of a social media website
No,
when you
right?
say x.com.
he took a great concept and then got rid of it to do something stupider.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Twitter was so unique. Twitter's dumb.
Yeah.
I will say it over and over again. Twitter is so stupid. The way I explain it, it's reality TV smut, but on the internet, on social media. Twitter. That's what
Yeah.
it is. It's
Yeah.
reality TV smut because people go on there to complain and cry about stupid
Yeah.
things that don't matter.
Yeah, post
And
their
it's-
nudes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, and well, why isn't this being advertised? Why am I not getting revenue? Because, you know, companies don't want to, you know, share that, whatever. There's certain things, but people complain.
Yeah.
But x.com has nothing.
Yeah.
It's I don't think about a social media site when I think of x.com.
Yeah.
But fun fact, companies and even the president of the United States himself, whoever's running his Twitter, still refers to the posts as tweets.
Yeah.
And not posts.
It's so weird because when I was watching wrestling, going back to wrestling, when I was watching wrestling and they show like tweets from wrestlers, when they did it for Bray Wyatt, the announcer Michael Cole was like, "Oh, this was live yesterday on x.com. John Cena decided to post about Bray Wyatt and this was on x.com." And I'm like, dude, it's Twitter. Like,
It's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
It's
Like,
so dumb.
Yeah.
And then there was like other facts. I didn't write them down on here, but like, I guess people still use Threads. And
Really?
Yeah.
I stopped using Threads.
You know what? It was fun for a bit, but it
Yeah.
needs to be updated more.
It's so I've noticed that Threads feels limited as being used to Twitter a lot.
It does.
There's the thing. You can't see the outline of people's posts like how you can on Twitter. You have to scroll. Like, say someone posted something that was funny a month ago. You can't just be like, okay, I want to like a quick look at that post and like the grid of it.
You can't search.
You can't search. You have to scroll all through. If they were being active throughout that whole month after, you're like this. You're like, okay, hold on.
Threads will win if I mean, we're not social media experts or anything like that, but I will say that Threads can win this war if Elon keeps doing stupid things like charging a ridiculous amount of money to use a social media site.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason why. I don't know if you saw, but like you can now hide your likes if you pay for premium.
Really?
Yeah, so you can show what kind of likes you like on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And if
I know people can see what you liked, and
but if you pay for premium, you can now hide those likes.
Can't you just make your account private?
No, yes, but if your followers,
oh, that's right, your followers
can
still
see it.
Yeah.
So it's, but you're charging for premium.
Yeah.
So why am I going to
wait?
charge?
How much is it?
I think it's like $10 a month or something like that.
See, and then Instagram does this, not the same thing, but they charge you to have a blue check mark.
Yeah, and
it's $12.
That's the thing is like I typed in twitter.com. There it is. Premium. I forgot how to spell premium for a second. But price. But the thing is like, you know, for small companies like us.
Yeah.
Or not companies, but like, you know, production groups, right? There's no reason to pay for it because we'd be investing more in something that probably doesn't have a return.
That's the thing.
So we have to be smart about what social media sites we use. And I feel like the money's going to be there for giant influencers. Like, yeah, they're going to pay the $10 a month because they can afford it, right?
Yeah.
And they can have subscriptions and stuff like that behind the paid walls.
Yeah.
Good for them, whatever. But for us, it just doesn't work. So
no,
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
It doesn't. I tried looking it up. I couldn't find it.
That's fine.
Moving on to the next topic. Let's see. Where can we go? I mean, I'll talk about this because it really doesn't affect us, but it's news.
It happened.
It happened. iPhone 15 was announced earlier this week. I don't know if you saw.
I saw that they are doing a titanium phone with this one.
So that's kind of alongside the announcement.
Yeah.
We're not a tech channel, so we're not going to get
into it.
But
we're nerdy, and this is somewhat nerdy.
And,
like,
you know, people are out there that are, you know, harassing people that don't have iPhones like
oh my God.
me.
First of all, you know.
Dude, my wife's getting harassed.
Oh, really? To get an iPhone?
To get an iPhone. They're like even willing to like give her an old one. I'm like, why? Don't fall
Why?
into
Wait,
peer
is it coworkers?
It's groups of people. I won't say, but it's groups of people, and it's like, but
You know who
jokingly
you
harassed. Jokingly harassed.
No, you guys are pushing her. Don't do it.
But it's like,
don't.
No, she's not gonna do it.
She's a little thing. Okay?
She's my wife. She's not gonna do it. She's not gonna do it. And it's not that I'm forcing her not to get it. It's just she knows better.
Well, you know what? Mandy's the same way as well too. That's the thing. So Mandy will not get an iPhone because she doesn't want to conform to getting an iPhone. So listen, okay, hot take. If you're an iPhone user, you're very pretentious, honestly. Like,
you know what? There's some people that have actually they used to be like that.
Yeah.
Because iPhones are a
like
status
that.
symbol. A lot, you know, there's some that aren't like that anymore.
Apparently it's affected dating as well too.
Yeah, I told you that.
Yeah, some people don't like when people have a certain type of phone or have an Android.
Well, it's because you can't afford it. Here's the thing. The phone that I use to record our podcast, that's a $1,200 phone.
Yeah. No, the one I use is a $200 phone for Metro piece of shit, you know? But guess what? I am good for the next 5 years, you know, because I don't have to worry about any updates or any, you know, what new thing's going to happen and stuff. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. It's so funny.
And that's fine. But yeah, like if you, like that's true. If you go on a date with someone and you get a green bubble, your chances of getting a second date are almost non-existent because, you know, people think you're poor in that sense. That's not the point of this iPhone 15. That's not the point of the i15 news that I'm going to talk about. Okay? So yeah, you're right.
That's true.
It's a titanium material now. That's what they're using.
We're not going on sushi. We're going to McDonald's. Right? If you want sushi, we're going Dutch then.
Five Guys? No, more like McDonald's, dude.
Right?
No, McDonald's is expensive too, dude.
I know. It's starting to get up there.
Burger King now, dude.
Did you see an old video of a family going to get McDonald's in like the 1980s?
Yeah.
And it's like they ask, so like they get a kids meal. The mother gets like a cheeseburger. The dad gets like a chicken sandwich and I think a quarter pounder with cheese with fries and a drink. And guess how much it all came out to?
$2.
No, it came out to being like $12 for all that. You know how much that is now? That's like $30. That's like $30.
Inflation, bro. It's a gross thing.
It is.
So the iPhone 15 was announced this week alongside the Apple Watch Series 9. It's going to have a new chip. It's going to have new build materials and a better camera. I think one of the things with the camera is that it now will work on a portrait version of the photo, even though it's not portrait.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know about that.
No.
The basic way to explain it is if you take portrait photos on a phone now, it is putting layers
Mm-hmm.
of the same photo over each other, but then blurring out the background so you're more predominant in the photo.
Oh, okay.
That's portrait mode. But there's a better technical way of explaining it.
Mhm.
That's just a simpleton way.
Yeah.
Right. But it's going to be doing that in a better way.
Mm-hmm.
Cool for, influencers that love using that,
Yeah.
by all means. But the most important thing that was announced for iPhone users is that they will now have USB-C ports. Welcome to 2010, people. Partially.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Wait, so like the ones that we use, right?
Oh, yeah. No, our poor phones,
Yeah.
our simpleton cheapy phones.
Yeah.
That's what they're using now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to 2010.
Hey.
It's great.
Yeah. Now I won't be afraid if someone has an app.
That's the
Apple
thing
phone.
I hate the most.
Yeah.
I don't care about the green bubbles. To
Yeah.
me, it's more like, oh, do you have an iPhone charger?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a USB-C. Oh, no.
I have an
looking for a
Android.
lightning
I
cable.
tell people, no, I have an Android. Oh, okay, never mind.
Now it's
First
dude,
of all, get that out of your throat right now. All right, and check your privilege.
That dude, my sister-in-law is just like that because we
I
have to have a
bet, yeah.
separate cable for her and for my mother-in-law. And I'm like, bruh, like who cares? My mom is
Yeah.
like that too because
Mhm.
my entire family is all iPhone users. It's me and my wife.
I wouldn't even go as far as getting a separate one. We're getting like the multi-cable one
The mul-
that has like all the old Android, and then the Apple one right here.
Micro USB
Yeah, the
and
micro
all of them.
USB-C and stuff. And then
Oh
that's
my
it.
god!
I'm not
dude.
doing the whole. I'm gonna have to go to the Apple store to get a cord for you. No,
And the cords are expensive too,
no, that's
dude.
another thing.
Yeah.
And now even the what is it? The adapter, the adapters.
Oh, you know how much Apple's selling theirs for?
How
I
much?
think it's like under 10, but it's like $8. But you can get a simple
What?
charger like that for like $3 or something like that on Amazon.
I have a
through
charger
third party.
that's both for USB and for Type-C.
No, I'm talking about
charger.
the adapter. So like
Like
what
the
they're selling one. So if you have a
Yeah.
lightning cable, you can buy an adapter
Uh-huh.
that converts your lightning to USB-C.
Okay.
But the thing about this USB-C
Uh-huh.
port in this
Yeah.
iPhone is that they're stuck in the 2.0 version if you don't
Oh.
have a Pro, and the Pros will have the 3.0 version,
Mhm.
which is the most updated one.
Yeah.
The reason being is because you're running ProRes
Mhm.
video, meaning it's high quality. So it's like much higher quality than the DSLR that I have right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
Because it's running 4K,
Mhm.
60 frames. It's like you could basically make a movie out of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or 4K 24.
All this was shot on an iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why. So you can transfer files a lot better and a lot quicker, but
Mhm.
most people will be running 2.0. This is the reason I don't like Apple as a company.
Mhm.
I don't want a company to tell me what it can and can't do.
Mhm.
That's my biggest issue. If
Yeah.
I want a powerful phone but will never use its entire power and capabilities, that's my choice.
That's my choice. Too.
That's my choice.
Yeah.
It's like my car. It's like a car, right?
Yeah.
If the car can go 150 miles an hour,
Mhm.
I don't want the company to tell me, oh, but we're going to limit you down to like 80 miles an hour. No, I want to have that ability to use that,
Yeah.
use that extra speed. I won't use it because
I
legalities.
want it there though. You're
Yeah,
like,
but I want it.
doesn't mean I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, exactly. I just want it.
You
So if
wanna have
Apple as a
that
company
freedom.
comes to me and says like, guys, you guys don't need 3.0. It's
You're
not a
like,
necessity.
F you. Like, what makes you think I won't use? I don't need that.
You want to
Like,
bet?
Yeah.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, where's the iPhone? Where's last year's iPhone? Look, I'm using it. Like,
how am I going to transfer all this to the computer, huh?
Yeah.
2.0? No, dude. I don't want to wait a long time. I want it now.
I want it now.
I don't know, dude. iPhone users are weird.
I can imagine seeing like
I have a
you at the Apple like thing that they
dude,
do.
I don't like it. Oh, dude, no.
And then like they go like, yeah, you won't need 12 gigahertz. You're like, yeah.
Say what?
Say what?
Why are you limiting, dude?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
God, dude, you're on a cussing spree today,
Oh,
dude.
sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you. Nick's not here.
Yeah.
No, but that's it. I have a cousin that works for Apple, and she
Ah.
always does this, and she's used this argument before where she's like, you don't need it, so why would we put it in the phone? And I'm like, it's not that I don't need it,
Yeah.
it's just I want it.
Be like, shh, you're not the Apple
Don't
store
make
right
the
now.
choices
Yeah.
for me.
Don't tell me what I don't need.
I
alright?
want it. All right. God, dude.
If I want to keep my pancreas, I'll keep my pancreas. All right?
I mean, my phone has 100 times zoom. You
Oh,
can take
yeah?
a photo of the moon if you wanted to. Am I
Never
going to
done
use it
that.
for anything?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is it useful for anything else?
No.
No. But at least I have it.
I have the option.
So what,
Yeah.
do you have that? No.
I don't.
Exactly.
Special piece of poop.
Moving on to the next topic. Spider-Man 2. Details have released because of Sony's state of play that was released earlier this week. It was showcased with a trailer and some cool details that came out with it. They're trying to make up for their 19 inches of Venom that they said 2 weeks ago. That was interesting. But the game's going to be coming out soon. And in this trailer for the state of play, they included details such as 65 costumes for both Peter and Miles in this new game. 65 different costumes.
Wow.
Faster transitions during fast traveling and character changes. So if you want to switch from Miles to Peter and Peter to Miles, just fast, quick transitions.
Cool. You know what? The PlayStation 5 loading speed is like flawless.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's super quick. Like the loading screens are barely there for like a minute.
Yeah. I can only imagine. New, wider, and slightly larger map of New York for you to explore.
Ooh.
Web wings for faster traveling. I think it's only on Peter though. Hopefully not on Miles.
A flying squirrel.
Basically, yeah, only on Peter. Hopefully. And fall damage will now be toggleable. So I think in the first one you couldn't take fall damage.
I don't think you took it necessarily right away. Yeah.
Yeah, but now you can turn it off or on.
Okay.
And the last part is with all the costume changes, because this is going to be a symbiotic story, or it's going to be a story with the symbiote.
Yeah.
How are you going to be able to change Spider-Man's costume while he has a symbiote on? Well, the symbiotic powers for Spider-Man will still be active even with the costume changes.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Can you imagine if like you're like Peter with no clothes on, but you still have the powers of the symbiote?
The Fantastic Bagman.
The Fantastic Bagman, yeah.
What is he using for the extra arms? Don't worry about it, dude.
Don't worry about
it. What I was telling you earlier, it was through chat, is like I love all the love that Spider-Man's getting, because I used to get teased so much for loving Spider-Man as a kid. But I mean, where were all you guys, dude?
Oh no, people just didn't realize how great comic book characters were.
And then all of a sudden they're like all Spider-Man fans, and meanwhile I'm over here going like,
yeah.
I mean, I was watching Spider-Man 2 and freaking love Andrew Garfield.
I saw like this bro dude come in at the store and he's all like, "Oh yeah, I've been a comic book fan all my life." I'm like, okay. Like, I gave him the side eye, like, like,
yeah, I remember you.
Yeah,
no, you
remember
weren't.
you. Put my head in the toilet.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna gatekeep Spider-Man, but I will say, why all the love all of a sudden? I'm gonna say it once. I'm gonna say it. I said it once. I'm gonna say it again. You and I both loved Andrew Garfield. We were stans since day one.
Oh yeah.
And
then now everyone's same thing with really quick tangent. Same thing with Hayden Christensen. Now
all of a sudden,
all of a sudden, people are saying, "Oh, it's so great. He's getting the love that he deserves." Like,
you know what? Revenge of the Sith. Best Star Wars movie.
No,
stood by it.
No, it's still it's a really good Star Wars movie.
It made my wife cry.
Yeah, I just don't like Attack of the Clones. Out of all the prequels, I love Phantom Menace.
No one likes Attack of the Clones.
No, I love Phantom Menace. I don't like Attack of the Clones.
No one likes Attack of the Clones.
It's a stupid premise if you really think about it, you know? It's basically the first 10 minutes is a person hiring another person that hires another person that hires bugs and slugs to kill the princess. Like,
basically.
Yeah, in the beginning. But I love Revenge of the Sith. Great cinematic ending, you know, great cinematic moments.
But no one liked it.
No one cared for the prequels.
And then all of a sudden,
no one cared for the prequels.
Funny thought, I forget who it was that said it, but they were saying, you know, that the new sequels are going to have the same thing that the prequels had.
Yeah.
Which is a distaste and hatred towards them when they first came out.
It's going to be like
love in the future.
It's going to be like the next two generations are going to watch. They're going to go on Disney Plus and see, oh, you know, after the new loved sequel trilogy. And they're going to look back in 2010 and they'll be like, what? Force Awakens?
Yeah.
What is that? And they'll just be like, whoa.
Best Star Wars movie ever.
Rey is like the best character in the Star Wars franchise. Okay, first of all, you super zoomer. Zoomer. Shut up. And watch the original trilogy. Which is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'm kidding. But that's a good trilogy, honestly.
In smaller news, promotion for Saw 10. I don't know if you saw the parody they did.
No.
They did a small parody where Jigsaw replaces Nicole Kidman in the AMC ad.
No way. I got to check that out.
It's a pretty cool one. So when I watched it, I literally thought, I'm like, we did it first, but okay.
Oh god,
We did it first, you know.
that's true.
Yeah, but it's interesting because it's Jigsaw watching all the torture scenes from Saw 10,
Oh really?
and it's just him like enjoying it and doing his own spiel on the whole AMC bit.
We gotta find that theater that Nicole Kidman shot in.
Is it
It's
out there?
Yeah, no, it's out there. You gotta find it, and you could. It's the exact same way that they shot it in there.
Road trip.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm down for that.
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat
Mortal
releases
Kombat.
September 19th.
That's pretty close.
It's
Dang.
it's right. It should have released by the time this episode comes out. I'm
Yeah.
getting a collector's edition. I'm super excited.
Oh, has it come in yet?
Nah, I
No?
got shipped on the 14th. 13th, so it comes out on the 19th.
Oh, okay.
But they've been kind of slowly doing some reveals and stuff. I've kind of spoiled some things. I
Yeah,
haven't spoiled
I've
the
seen it.
fatalities.
Yeah.
But one of the fatalities that was spoiled is Shang Tsung does the exploding heart technique from Kill
From
Bill.
Kill Bill Volume 2.
Yeah, and they and he does.
Mhm.
It's almost the exact same thing.
It's the same pattern, like the way he does it, and just goes boom, and then they do the same camera angle.
Yeah.
That when Uma Thurman goes like this, pulls back her hand, Shang Tsung is like does the same kind of face, but just like, and then bam, goes back into puncturing his heart.
Johnny Cage hearts explodes and it's great.
Super
But
good.
Ed Boon, I love Ed Boon on Twitter because he memes, but he's not Elon Mimi.
Yeah.
You know, like Elon Mimi is weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw this quick tangent before I talk about what Ed Boon said.
Yeah.
Elon Musk kind of violated, but at the same time, you know, Amber Heard has done really messed up stuff as well.
Yeah.
Kind of violated Amber Heard's privacy in a way, I think, because
That's
an article
very
came out
wide
where they said that
explanation.
Elon Musk in like a biography said that he asked Amber Heard to dress up as Mercy from Overwatch. And then to prove that he did, he posted a photo of Amber Heard in a Mercy costume.
Does that photo exist today?
I think so.
Let me
I'll show
see.
it to you afterwards.
I'll
if you
look it
wanna
up
see
right now.
Okay, but it's there. And I'm like, why would you tweet that out if it's like real?
yeah.
Did she even, I mean,
Mind you, for the audience, I don't care about Amber Heard. I'm just wondering if Elon Musk is that weird to post a picture of Amber Heard in a Mercy outfit.
yeah. And that's the thing is, one, I don't know if
That's the top one right now that I put Amber Heard and it said Amber Heard net worth, Amber Heard Elon Musk, but the top second one is Amber Heard Mercy.
yes.
So
And
let's see.
yeah, I don't know if it's actually her.
It is actually.
It is actually her, right?
It's her. Yeah, it's not photoshopped or anything.
Yeah.
That's her.
But I'm like,
that's weird.
yeah, right. Like it's, I mean, if she posted it herself,
Oh, I don't know if that was from. It was just the Daily Mail that posted it and said that it was a post. Amber Heard did not give Elon Musk permission to share the cosplay photo of her dressed.
Yeah,
as
see,
the
she didn't give
video game
permission.
Character. Yeah, didn't. Tesla billionaire dated actress Amber Heard, 37. He's 52. He was 52. Why does he look younger than that?
plastic surgery, bro.
God, I guess money can make you immortal.
Yeah.
It's
But
a
that was
weird-
posted on there without consent, so I don't know.
You know what? And it's honestly, she's not even giving a good face.
No, but I think that's the way it's
There's
it's
no
pictured.
enjoyment in her
The way
eyes.
it's pictured, it does seem like a sexual thing.
It is.
And
No,
I'm like, why would you post that? So
that's weird.
in other, going back to Ed Boon, more wholesome
Yeah.
side, Ed Boon tweets out, he retweets the post that IGN put up there about the whole exploding heart fatality, and he tweets out, "What are you talking about? We don't draw any inspiration from movies." And you and I we talked about it earlier.
You literally he also made Shang Tsung or what's his name?
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung, sorry. Shang Tsung looked like the Shang Tsung from the original Mortal Kombat movie at one point. It was
Yes.
like Mortal Kombat 11.
Also, Jean-Claude Van Damme is the voice and one of the costumes for
Sylvester
Johnny Cage.
Stallone was in Mortal Kombat 12.
Exactly.
He did the voice too.
There's a lot of
Mortal
fatalities
Kombat.
for this. I mean, he was
Fatality.
he's joking, but honestly, like I don't know, he's funny. It's funny.
No,
that
no,
doing-
he's great. He's
Yeah.
honestly, he's having fun.
Yeah, which is fun, you know.
He's laughing to the bank right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because all of those
Best-
Mortal
one of
Kombat
the
1
best-selling games of the year.
pre-sales. Yeah.
Not gonna outsell Starfield, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Let's do a smaller piece of news. Werewolf by Night will release in color October 20th on Disney Plus.
Hey, that's cool.
I do think that it's gonna be that fake color. You know how like black and white movies they color in certain things.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like that, but edited.
Yeah, isn't there an AI that can do that for you? technically.
Maybe
Like a
AI can do
program?
anything at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. So
Color in Werewolf by Night.
and it's there. I mean, the movie was in color. It's not like they filmed in black and white.
That's true.
You know.
I'm kind of interested to see how they make Man-Thing look with color.
I saw an image of it. It doesn't look pretty.
No, really?
No, but we'll see what happens.
All right.
I mean, we still got a month till it releases. In other streaming news, Netflix announces One Piece has officially been renewed for season 2.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It's kind of weird.
Why?
Why would you announce that with the writer's strike still going on?
Oh, I know. That's so true.
Right?
I think they think that, like, hey, let's renew it. It's probably going to settle anyways.
I mean, people are watching it, but
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
It's dumb. Like, great. We like this live action One Piece. I'm now watching the anime. I'm 26 episodes in.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the wrong time to announce a season 2.
I know. I would wait until closer to when you come to agreement.
Yeah.
With the writer's strike.
But this is what I mean, though, is that people
Yeah.
are still going to subscribe because of hearing this news. You're going to keep your subscription because you're excited. Normal people who don't really follow the writer's strike and what's going on,
Yeah.
they're still going to watch it.
Well, honestly,
Still going to love it.
I mean, I got rid of my subscription a while ago, but I'm using my sister's.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
we're in the same household, Netflix.
Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it, Netflix. I mean, honestly, the reason why I'm still tuning in for Netflix in general is just I'm waiting for Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Which
will come out in the next 5 years.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Millie
then
Bobby
like
Brown's going to be like an actual like full-grown woman by that time,
Full-grown.
but she's going to play like an 18-year-old.
Yep.
I don't know, dude.
She's getting backlash, man. I don't know what's going on with her.
I don't know either,
Yeah.
but I don't know. People are people. People are weird.
People.
Let's cut to a short break real quick. Reset the DSLR for one more time.
Yes.
If you guys are on the video portion of it, enjoy what's coming up next. Audio listeners, nothing happened.
Yep.
See you back in a bit.
See ya.
So I told Rene to do an ad break, but not enthusiastic. It wasn't to my vision. So I'm going to do it for you right here, all right? KeepingItWithTheNerds.com right here. Go on that website. Check it out. Let us know what you guys think. Go visit that website.
It's fine. I mean, I don't treat my audience dumb.
Socials, right over here. Instagram, Facebook, X.com.
They got eyes.
Audio platforms.
They got ears.
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify. And you're watching this video on YouTube, so obviously you're here. Go subscribe. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know in the comments down below. How did Rene do? Tell the truth.
I did fine.
Can you shut up? I'm doing the ad break. And we're back.
Hey!
Moving on, second part of comic strips. Talking about streaming services still, once again. Variety.com releases an article with new information on Max.com subscription numbers. Max.com is the highest streaming service that has the most cancellations.
Really?
With 26.9% of its subscribers already canceling their subscription.
That's interesting. Wow.
Who do you think is second?
Hulu.
Nope.
Really?
Disney with 21.1%.
Disney
Disney
wow.
Plus. Paramount Plus comes in at third at 16.9, Hulu at 15.2, Netflix at 10.2, Peacock at 10, Prime Video at 9, and Apple TV with 4.9%. Here's my theory. Max doesn't have that many originals.
Yeah.
That's why you're losing almost a third of your subscriber base.
Yeah, there's nothing because there's nothing on HBO right now. Last of Us ended. That was kind of like the last kind of like hype train.
Yeah.
But with that happening, they do have another source of content, which is the reality TV aspect of it. You
But
have TLC. Mandy's loving the new season of Sister Wives, stuff like that, because it's the season where like all the really quick thing. If you guys know about Sister Wives, it's about a guy that is married to 4 women. Now we're reaching to that point in his life where basically all the women that he's married to want to get a divorce from him now. So I'm tuning into that.
But is she watching this reality TV stuff on a streaming service?
Yeah, it's on Max.
Is it day of release or the
It's
wait day?
Well, they release it the day after.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of reality TV consumers, I can bet you still watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like Andy and I watch The Bachelor, but we watch it on YouTube TV.
Are you gonna watch The Golden Bachelor?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
When does that start?
I think
Next week?
Next week.
I told Mandy, "Do you want to watch The Golden Bachelor?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "What?"
No, she has to watch it.
No, I want to watch the
Dude,
Golden
let's watch it.
Bachelor.
We can
I'm
talk
down.
about it.
Yeah, I'm down to watch because it's a bunch of older people that want to get, together.
You know
and
why
stuff.
Andy and I are super excited for this?
Why?
We want to see what group of women Gary's going to date.
Right? That's the main thing too, because they gave him a good mixed bowl. You know, he has like this great
But we
little
don't know the
mix,
age
this
range.
party mix. That's the thing.
We don't know the age range.
There's some younger women and there's some older women.
Is it confirmed that there's younger women?
I mean, not younger, but like significantly,
Like 20 years younger than him? Because the guy's in his like 60s or 70s.
Yeah, I think they're at least 10 years younger than him at that point.
Okay, that's
Because it's basically starting from, I think what they're doing is that they're starting from like 45 and older.
So here's the thing: if you watch The Bachelorette,
Yeah.
they were giving sneak previews of Gary, and he's such a wholesome dude.
Gary is such like he's that awesome like dad.
Yeah,
type.
and you know his backstory. Did you watch
No.
the backstory?
No.
His wife died when they were just planning their retirement, so he ended up being by her bedside. Like they had like their dream home outside in the countryside and everything, and that's when she got sick and she passed away
Listen,
as they were starting their lives.
I don't care if they had to made that up. That is such a good story.
Right,
honestly.
so he's
Yeah.
wholesome. So now, like, dude, this is so bad. Like, why
Yeah.
are we talking about reality? Look, smut TV, dude, it's great.
It's
all right,
reality trash at its best, you know.
And I've been watching The Bachelor for years.
Yeah,
so,
no,
you know,
I'm
what
gonna
are you gonna
start.
do?
No, I've never watched The Bachelor. I never watched The Bachelorette. But if you take a concept that's been established and put a new spin on it, I'm gonna watch it. That's why I'm watching Sister Wives, because it's Sister Wives, but basically it's like we're all gonna divorce this guy at some point.
So
That's why Golden Bachelor, it's Bachelor, but with a bunch of older people.
and you don't want these. You want to see how trashy some of these women are going to be.
Oh yeah,
And it's like you're really going to act that way at your age. Like, come on,
Yes.
dude. Like, you know, are you going to be respectful?
the arguments, the fights. Mwah, I'm excited for it, baby.
So, you know, we'll see.
I want to see Gary break hearts too. That's
Oh,
another
no,
thing.
dude.
There's
Every
gonna be
rose ceremony
yeah,
is
those
gonna be
rose
tears,
ceremonies
dude.
are gonna be the highest point in the Golden Bachelor.
Are we really going to watch it?
I'm gonna watch it, man.
All
I'm
right,
excited.
If Mandy doesn't want to watch it, it's you, me, and
yeah,
Andy.
That's fine.
All
I'm
right.
happy with that.
We'll do that.
Andy has to get clear from COVID, but I'm definitely come over.
We'll watch it, dude. I'm so hyped for that.
I'm super hyped.
Let's see what other pieces of news. Honestly, this is a fun one. There's a lot of news that has come out, dude. Through a confirmation by co-writer Stephen Glover,
Oh, cool.
who also confirmed it with Variety as well. Lando will be turned into a movie rather than a TV series.
Oh, I'm for that. I'm getting tired of Star Wars shows. I want to see some movies now.
I'm just tired of Star Wars.
I'm not tired of Star Wars. I'm more of like, come on, you know, you want to do the shows because it's gonna milk it. You know,
Yeah, milk it.
I would see a Jedi Survivor show, honestly, with Cal.
No, I'm tired of Star Wars.
Or anything with Cal.
Stop releasing Star Wars stuff so I stop buying stuff
Yeah.
like this
Start doing Star Trek stuff so he can buy a phaser gun
so I can buy a red shirt.
and have a captain's chair.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, yes.
Some computer chair as a captain's
Please,
chair.
dude. I would die if I sat in the captain's chair for the Enterprise A. I'm down for that, dude.
Bucket list.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a movie instead of a TV show.
Okay, cool.
In other development news, Deadline.com confirms that Brightburn 2 is in development.
I never cared for the first one. I was really disappointed.
It was an edgy movie.
It was trying to do something different, and I was kind of hoping it went a different direction than what I thought the movie was going to end, and it completely went the direction I didn't want it to do.
Sure. Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that, you know, they would find a way to stop the kid, but they never did. So
No.
the kid just goes on a rampage. Spoiler alert. I don't care.
It's a movie that came out in 2018.
Yeah.
Producers plan on using AI in the creative process. Say that they
Really?
will respect professionals and fans while promoting responsible technology integration.
So basically you're saying, oh, we want to respect everyone, but at the same time, we want to embrace the new technology.
I don't know how they're going to do that.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. AI is useful from a corporate perspective because it helps you create things like emails.
Yeah.
So you don't have to.
Yeah.
Because as someone that works in an office space, creating emails to talk to someone is so dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Especially
you
if
have
it's
to
a-
sound professional. You have to
Yeah.
put thought into it. And it's like, dude, it's like
especially if you have
literally.
to fire someone. That's
How
annoying.
how can I fire someone politely?
Can you fire someone over email? Here it is. Sent.
Done.
Done.
It's just so dumb. But I feel like if you're gonna do it for that, sure. At a corporate level, I understand.
Yeah.
In a creative level, how do you do it respectfully? Do you have AI write the entire plot line?
You're not gonna make anyone happy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
People were making a big deal over Secret Invasion's intro.
Yeah.
When it was all AI.
Bad.
It made sense for Secret Invasion. You know,
Sure.
I wasn't mad at it. Disney had to cut. Disney's a cheap company in general. I'm sorry, Disney, but you know, they cut corners. They're like any other studio. So I'm assuming, oh, let's just use AI.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I don't know. We got 2 more pieces of news here. A company by the name of Cover Press is crowdfunding the Marvel art of David Nakayama, an art book.
Okay.
He's more well known for the art covers for certain comic books and the box art for the Marvel Legends action figure line.
Oh.
So it's that kind of like Marvel versus Capcom look that they did for NBC2, but a lot more polished. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I know some of his covers. I just didn't know his name.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a decade worth of his art in basically in an art book.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are interested in that, it's being crowdfunded right now. I don't know much information about it other than it's being done.
Okay.
So if you guys are into art, something to look into because it's actually pretty good art. I like his art. Last piece of news: Nintendo Direct showed off upcoming games on September 14th. It released this last week. I completely forgot about it.
Oh yeah.
So here's the thing: I hate Nintendo Directs because it goes off a weird time.
Yeah, it just comes and goes.
It's like, oh, it's on the 14th of September at 6 a.m. God, why am I going to wake up? The last time I woke up for a Pokemon one, I was disappointed. It was like, oh, it's new details about the new DLC that's coming out for Scarlet and Violet. And then I look at it and I'm like,
I think there was a year before that we make a bigger deal about when they revealed Sora was part of the...
See, that was fine.
Yeah.
This one was fine too.
Yeah.
But I caught it by accident. So I saw what YouTube does or what Nintendo does is it cuts up its reveals and puts them into small 2-minute videos on YouTube. So some of the stuff that was included or showed off during this direct, a new Princess Peach game called Princess Peach Showtime. Excited for that one because the one on the DS, if you ever played that one, pretty good. It was a very kiddish game, but it was interesting to see Princess Peach use her emotions to kind of do what she needed to do.
Yeah,
it was interesting. F-Zero Battle Royale game called F-Zero 99. So you ever played F-Zero?
Isn't that the guy that does the Falcon Punch?
Yeah, it's like basically think of like super light speed racing.
Yeah.
And now it's like a battle royale. So that's interesting. A remaster of Mario versus Donkey Kong, an old Game Boy Advance game.
Oh, okay.
New footage of Super Mario RPG was also unveiled.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider remastered 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch.
Tomb Raider, wow.
Yes. Detective Pikachu Returns was also showcased there. Trombone Champ will be on the Switch now. I kind of want to play that game because I've seen it on PC, but now that you have the Switch cons, it'll be a lot more interesting to be able to do it. Cool. Remaster of Luigi's Mansion 2. I didn't write this in, but Mario Kart DLC. Now they're going to be putting in Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, Paulina, and Peachette.
Okay.
So they revealed that. But the one that made me cry, they are finally remastering the best game ever released on the GameCube, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door.
Oh, Paper Mario.
And have you ever played Thousand Year Door?
Not the Thousand Year Door.
It is the most perfect RPG to be released on that platform.
Okay.
It's I don't care if people come at me and say that there were better ones, because if you think of an RPG, Final Fantasy or whatever is going to be so much better. I don't care what you have to say. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door had one of the best storylines of all time. It had one of the best mechanics in terms of the theater fighting that happened inside the game.
Yeah.
You had to be tactical. I spent hours and hours and hours of my time playing that game. I had to beat the final boss. It took me a whole freaking day because it's 3 fights that you have to do, and you have to be super thoughtful about how your item management and what abilities, because it carries on to the last fight. So great.
It was a good game overall. Good game.
It's over. I was telling John because he's like, oh, it's the Thousand Year Door. He messaged me on Insta.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, I'm like, this is the best game to ever come out on GameCube. And he's like, oh, Melee is the best one. He argued that it was Melee. And I told him, see, here's the problem. I didn't have friends to bring over to play Melee with. Melee was fun. Don't get me wrong. It's good. And you have Project M, which is great. That, community of BO people that don't know how to shower. But in terms of a game that developed core memories for me, it was Thousand Year Door. I had to play by myself. I didn't have friends.
For me, it was always Legend of Zelda.
Which one?
Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I always had to play this game. I mean, I But and that's why I guess for me, I'm so used to playing games that are just story based.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care for playing with people in general. So
Yeah.
I always play single player games.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that and get back into Fallen Order and Survivor. I told myself I have to beat Resident Evil 2, 3, Fallen Order, and Survivor. I want to beat Fallen Order and Survivor before the end of the year.
Oh yeah, though they're adding really quick. Later this month, they're going to be adding Separate Ways to Resident Evil 4 as a DLC.
Yes,
which will
and
be
it's going to be in VR.
Yes, it could be. You could also play it in VR. So I gotta replay Resident Evil 4 and finish that goddamn final boss. When they remade that, they made it so much. It's not hard. It's just you have to do a lot.
Yeah,
which is annoying. So.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
You know what? I just have to, now that I got more time, I should be able to do it. I just have to really plan out my time to be able to do it right.
Should we do
Let's Plays?
Let's Plays of Resident Evil 2 and 3?
So my thing is I have to set up and update my PC.
Okay.
So I probably won't have time to do any Let's Plays because the thing is I want to go back to streaming, even if it's like once or twice, but I definitely want to set it up because I told Andy, I want to play Thousand Year Door, but I want Andy to experience it because for years, she's known this since like we first started dating.
Yeah.
The love I've had for Thousand Year Door was like immense. And when it came out, I told her like, dude, I came out of the restroom after I showered and I cried. And this is before like I had to go into work this week. I'm like, I cried because this is my favorite game of all time. It's such a great game. And she's like, she's like, I want to see you play it.
Yeah, it's a comfort game.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I don't want to play it and you watch it. I want you to play it.
Yeah.
Because it's so great. I told her one of my favorite aspects of it, if you've ever played Thousand Year Door, there's a small little thing. I'm sorry, I'm going back to it, but there's a small little detail where Luigi picks up the letter at the beginning of the game that tells you, Peach is basically telling you, it's like, hey, meet me at Rogueport and we'll like, talk there and, whatever. Cool. So you end up going. Turns out Princess Peach gets kidnapped by someone else. So you follow 3 different storylines.
Yeah.
You play as Mario and his partner going around different towns to find Princess Peach to save her. That's the first storyline. The second storyline is Bowser trying to get to Princess Peach, but then becoming upset that he's not the one that kidnapped her. So then you play Bowser trying to kidnap Princess Peach while she's already kidnapped as someone else.
Yeah.
And then the third story is my favorite because it's Luigi popping in at different parts of the story and he talks to you about his adventures that are parallel to Mario. So it's the exact same adventure, but in different places with different partners. So he's telling you this entire story that's happening and you really want to know what it's about. But you can't ever find out because you never play it. You just listen to his stories.
That's funny.
And I told Andy, I'm like, you have to play it.
Yeah.
So I would love to stream it and have her experience it because it just makes me so happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if once that sets up next year, I hopefully have something set up and we can go back to Let's Plays because I definitely miss playing games.
Yeah.
Just to have it, That brings us to the end of comic strips. Let's talk about our main topic for today.
Yes.
We got about 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Aquaman trailer.
Yeah, I feel like I was just evaluating the time right now. We'll wait to talk about. I know you guys because it came out last week upon recording. We will talk about Ahsoka when Nick comes back.
Yeah, the Star Wars expert.
Yeah, the Star Wars expert. It makes sense for only talk about it when Nick's here. So we're gonna leave that with Nick next week.
Yeah,
or if he comes back.
But this baby won't be here.
Nope. No. Sorry.
Yeah, this is going home with me again.
This week we are talking about something that dropped relatively yesterday upon recording. Thursday.
So it was teased on Monday.
Yeah.
That the trailer was supposed to come out.
Which I was shocked, honestly, because there hasn't been any word of a release date or any word beforehand of a trailer or any sort of indication that this movie's going to come out. That's the thing.
Yeah.
All of we've been hearing is that test screening after test screening after test screening that this movie sucks.
Test screening.
Yeah.
Going back to record some stuff. Test screening. Reshoot some stuff.
Yeah.
Test screening.
Gotta cut out some stuff.
Test screening.
Oh, we gotta alter this ending.
Test screening.
Gotta take out more Amber Heard.
Test screening. Oh, Ben Affleck. Can't have him.
Can't have him.
That's okay. Test screening.
James Gunn's taking over. Oh, gotta get rid of all these cameos.
Pre-production hell, bro.
Yep.
That's what it is. No, we're not even pre-production hell. Production hell.
Production hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trailer comes out. And we all have the same opinion. It doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
We said the same thing about The Flash.
Yeah. That's true. The Flash. I remember the Flash trailer coming out, and I wasn't mad at it. You know, I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't like, ooh, that looks questionable. I never got those vibes from the Flash trailer. So, Aquaman 2 kind of have the same thing. I can't say anything bad about it because it doesn't look bad. From what I've seen or what people could take from it is that judging how the CGI was in Flash, the CGI could be bad in Aquaman.
It does look bad off the trailers, but again, it could be certain shots.
But was it even? Was the CGI good in the first one?
No,
that's the thing.
But was the movie the first movie a good one?
No. It was okay. It was passable.
I can't remember. We were talking about this before. Yeah. I don't remember the story.
I remember it wasn't that bad. I remember already Amber Heard not getting a whole lot of love. I think because she was dating Johnny Depp at the time. Mm-hmm. And it was not necessarily her character that was hated. It was more of her acting.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard after this whole trial and stuff like that, that apparently in the first movie, Jason Momoa and Amber Heard's chemistry had to be forced upon. They had to really edit it to make it seem like they did have some sort of connection.
Yeah. So this new trailer, well, the preview trailer didn't have any Amber Heard.
No.
And you pointed that out.
In the teaser trailer, there's no Amber Heard.
In the trailer, there's one shot.
There's one shot. That's it.
So, what did we get from this trailer in terms of the story?
As in terms of the story, it looks like Black Mantle comes back with a vengeance, with a powerful ancient Atlantean relic.
Black Triton.
Called the Black Triton. Mm-hmm. And apparently it grants power to whoever holds the Trident. And it's a good contender against, which is Aquaman's Trident, which is the King's Trident. Mm-hmm. You know? So that's interesting. I mean, I think if there was a way to make Black Mantle a bigger threat, it would make sense to give him a ancient evil Atlantean relic.
Yeah.
So, but it looks good. I thought it was like a kryptonite thing because it was like green in it and stuff, like green glow in it. But it's just, I guess that's how it looks.
I don't know what else to talk about the story for this movie because it does feel like they don't know what to do with it. That's the only thing I'm getting out of it.
I think for me, from what I've heard, is that this movie is supposed to be how Aquaman is dealing being a father. So instead of Aquaman, we're getting Aquadad in here. Aquadad. And it seems like that's the focus they're going towards.
His costume looks better.
Costume looks more vibrant, which I like. I like it.
Yeah.
And then he teams up. Apparently he needs to find a way to stop Black Mantle, and so he goes on another journey, another quest. And instead of being Amber Heard, it's gonna be Ocean Master, Orm, his brother. His half brother,
the villain from the first one, Ocean Master. And I'm really interested to see where that's gonna go. It looks like it's a very like bromance kind of thing. That you told me that's what they're aiming. That's what they're aiming for. That's what James Wan has said. He goes, the second movie is not. He goes, people shouldn't be worried about how involved Amber Heard's character Mira is, because she's not the focus. The focus is supposed to be Ocean Master and Aquaman. Okay. So thinking about Blue Beetle for a second, right? Blue Beetle didn't find success, but I think it's found its recognition, but it didn't find success. Yes, that's a better way of putting it. That's exactly correct. Yeah, found recognition amongst the community, but it didn't find success, and I think it's because it alienated certain demographics. And a lot of people didn't really care for it. No, you're right. You're definitely right. There's no relation to it, and I feel like that's what's missing from a lot of it. And you get a lot of people going into movies like this saying, I didn't hear a lot of this when Black Panther came out, because Black Panther had a stronger story. It did, but that was aimed towards a certain demographic. It was. Yet that same people that complained about the demographic that was focused on Blue Beetle didn't say anything for Black Panther. Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
Black Panther had a stronger story,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it lured
Mm-hmm.
a wider demographic.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Blue Beetle, it's a DC property,
Mm-hmm.
so it doesn't have that much recognition already because the fan base of DC are loyal, but it doesn't pull from like the normie fan base, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're also dealing with a character that's not as well known in the normal society. And the only main star is Zolo.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, George Lopez, but George Lopez also has a lot of hate.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have that George Lopez pool, even though he did carry the movie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But Blue Beetle didn't find success,
No,
right? But
no.
it does kickstart a direction for the DCU.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Aquaman headed with its story? And I think that's the biggest fear, because for me, we're gonna watch it. We have to watch it for the content, right?
Yeah.
We got to get to a point where we're going to like early TV screening or early movie screenings. That's where I want to get to.
Yeah,
next
we
year.
have to get to that so we can review them.
Yeah. But in terms of like what we got from the trailer, like where's the story going and how's it going to connect to everything? And are we even going to is it even going to find its success? Because The Flash was a movie that didn't connect to the DCU. It was a standalone movie that kind of wrapped up everything in that universe.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be the bigger one than Aquaman. That was and Blue Beetle. Flash was a movie that everyone was essentially gonna go see, regardless of the controversy, regardless of how long it took. People were interested to see how Flash was gonna turn out. And Aquaman has almost the same thing going for it, where you have the controversy of Amber Heard, but it's to the point of there's half people that want to see it just because they want to see how involvement she's going to be in. Then there's other half of people that are just not going to go see it in support of Johnny Depp, which I am on, not on the fence. I shouldn't say I'm on the fence, but I also recognize why you would go that route. So I've not seen the movie. I don't blame you. I'm not going to argue that she was a terrible, terrible person and how she treated Johnny and stuff like that. Because my girlfriend would be mad if I didn't. And no, honestly, I do love Johnny Depp. But that's the thing. It's so interesting that Aquaman has the same kind of heat it does for Flash.
It does, and I think it's gonna bomb harder than Flash.
It might. I don't think a lot of people are going to.
You say might, I say it will.
It could shock people because Jason Momoa is a very liked person.
He is.
He's very.
You know what?
He's a cool dude. I gotta admit. I have to admit, Jason Momoa is still a cool dude. He did great in Fast X. He's been building up. His following's been growing more and more. There could be some people that will watch Aquaman just because of Jason Momoa. And then also DC fans will see it as well too.
Let me see.
Okay, what are you looking up?
Production costs.
Oh, for Aquaman too?
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't figure out what the movie was. 205 production
for Aquaman
cost of the Flash.
Oh, Flash wasn't. It was like 200 and something.
200 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
It barely made its money back. It made 220.
Okay. So let's theorize this before we wrap up this topic and end the show. So the Flash grossed $269 million worldwide. And it's considered one of the biggest box office bombs of all time, with the projection loss of $200 million for Warner Brothers. Right? That's assuming that the cost of the movie, because the cost of the movie was that's Aquaman, $200 million.
Yeah.
Advertising budget of $65 million. The Flash must make around $265 million to $400 million at the global box office to break even. So this is according to Collider.
Yeah.
So with a production budget of $200 million and an advertising budget of $65 million, the Flash must make around $265 million to $400 million at the global box office to break even. We're inclined to believe it's closer to $400 million, but that's not been confirmed. So the movie grossed $269 million, which technically is the lowest that it should have made, but it's still a bomb.
It's still technically a flop.
Yeah, it's still technically a flop. Okay, so
a movie
the Flash
that makes a little over its movie that it cost. It's a
flop.
It's
has
a
to
flop,
make
guys.
2 to 2.5
Yeah.
to even break even, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Who was it that talked about it? Was it Ben Affleck or was it someone talked about it?
About what?
Or Matt Damon. They talked about the value. I think it was Matt Damon. He was on the Tonight Show.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Tonight shows, and he was talking about how back in the day movies could cost so little to make, and any studio would make any movie because it wouldn't be a loss. You would still make money back somehow, some way.
Yeah, you would make that's the thing is, he was talking about VHS sales.
There it is.
It was
So
VHS
Matt
sales. Yeah, it was Matt Damon. He was talking about VHS sales because during the time and people didn't know this. VHSs, when you bought them from the studio, a lot of money.
Yeah.
They were a lot of money. That's why people gravitated toward video stores.
Mm-hmm.
And video stores only had a certain amount of copies on hand. I knew a guy that basically worked at Blockbuster, and he told me basically, the company Blockbuster only bought like 2 or 3 VHS tapes because they were like $75 for one VHS.
Mm-hmm.
At the time. There would be either $75 or maybe like $100 to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why they only like had like 2-3 copies. And when you go to the video store, when you went to Blockbuster, they were already rented out because people wanted to see it. So he convinced his manager, we need to buy more. He goes, no, like, well, we're going to lose money. He goes, no, you don't understand. If we buy more people are going to rent it, and it's more people coming back because they have a chance to buy. He knew how to work it too. So he convinced his manager to buy 5 or 6 more copies, and they were getting so much, they were making money because people were always returning them. And then the flow was better.
Yeah,
people would come in every 2 days and you would find the copy of
the cycling. Was
better.
The
cycling was better. So you find it and stuff like that.
Yeah. So going back to that idea that
studios,
you were talking about.
because studios would still make money off of selling, but then they also get a percentage of what the store was getting upon rentals as well too.
Yeah. So studios had more of an incentive to make and take risks on movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's an interesting interview. I really recommend you look it up on YouTube and watch it because he does dissect it pretty well.
Yeah.
He's a smart man. Matt Damon's smart.
Matt Damon's been working in the movie industry for so long. He knows the ins and outs.
Yeah.
So like you said, it was much more easier to take a hit because studios could put money into a movie and they could still make money back, and breaking even wasn't a bad thing at the time.
Yeah.
The thing is though, with the age of streaming and the age of digital and the age of DVDs and Blu-rays, do we have to cut?
No, keep talking.
You sure?
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
We're not going to cut because we already did 2 cuts of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to press record, clap sync it real quick for me. Live on air. ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen.
Ray, there we go.
Let's see. Did it pick it up? Clap again. There we go.
There we
You're
go.
back.
Now we're back.
Yeah, you're back. We've
I'm
never
back.
left. We never had to cut the show.
Never, yeah.
There
Camera
you
back. But so basically really quick, he's did mention basically saying that like it was easier to take a risk on a movie because making your money back on it wasn't a big loss. But like I said, with movies now and people being more selective of what they watch now, and with I guess the production of film of how it's gone up now, and people want to see big blockbusters. They don't want to see just a mediocre film now, which is funny because I actually watched one the other day that was a low cost movie, but really good. People are not going to go out of the way to see just any movie now.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
That's the basis of it.
Yeah.
No one's going to go out of their way to watch a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie now, or even a Steven Seagal movie now, because there's no money back in it. That's the thing.
There isn't. They'd have to invest a lot, and it's just not worth it for that star value.
People will see that same movie that stars Steven Seagal, but in replace, they'll watch Hugh Jackman in it, or they'll watch Tom Hardy in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It all depends on who's in it now.
So going back to this,
Yeah.
right? Keeping in mind everything you just said
Yeah.
and what Matt Damon has said, right? The Flash lost $200 million, right? But the production cost of 205. Let's assume that because Aquaman 2 has been in production hell, not as long as the Flash, right? But it's been in production hell. It's had a lot of retakes and tests and everything like that. It hasn't had a lot of advertisement.
No.
So it will lose money. Do you think it's going to be that big of a flop though?
I think it'll go along the lines of breaking even. I don't think it's going to make a lot of money. It could make 100. I don't even want to say that. I was going to say it could make at least 10% more than what it cost to make.
Do you think it'll break 269?
Is that how much it made to make?
That's how much The Flash made worldwide.
I have to see the movie first. I can't say, honestly.
What does your heart tell you?
No.
What does your balls tell you?
Definitely no. It's just that because Aquaman was good, the first one, but because the trailer makes it seem like it's much more of a somber story. We're getting Aquaman, like Black Manta said, he's gonna lose everything. He wants him to suffer, and I think we're gonna get the death of maybe his dad, and then maybe the death of which people are hoping for is Mira. Like
she's dead.
Yeah, you think she's dead?
I think she does.
She dies.
I think that's where the retakes were. They don't want her in the film as much, so they probably just like kill her off in the first like 30 minutes. Okay.
I think even James Wan said we shouldn't really. He said we shouldn't really worry about Mira's involvement.
She pieces out and then leaves.
Yeah,
could be.
Maybe gives birth to the baby and just be like, I can't do it. Bye.
So when I was guest starring in one of our Real Addiction podcasts, I was a firm believer that Maverick was gonna break 500 mil.
Okay.
And it did.
It did. Okay.
It did. Right. Because I think Maverick was. I think it was like in the billions. I think it was. No, 718 million.
Wow.
That's domestic. What's worldwide? Domestic opening was 126 million. Domestic was 718 million. What's total though? Can't tell you. Oh, worldwide. 1.5 billion essentially. Okay. Here's my prediction. Aquaman 2 will not crack 250 mil. I think Aquaman 2 will suffer even though Jason Momoa is loved, you still have a distaste for superhero movies in the DC side.
Oh, that's true.
So my prediction is that it won't crack 250. That's what my heart tells me. My balls are telling me 230.
It's going to barely go under.
Worldwide, I think it'll go 245.
It'll make under that?
Yeah, I think worldwide it will make 230. It will probably hit 240. What do you think?
I think it could. I think it's barely going to make 200.
You think worldwide is under 200?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
So you think it's going to be the biggest floppity flop of all time?
It could be. It could be a good movie, but it's not a good. It won't make money.
That's bold. Because you think Warner Brothers can take $200 million plus hit?
They have. I mean, it's
this year.
It doesn't matter now. The movie's going to be out there. Regardless of what they think or not, or what they feel, they're putting it out there. They're risking it. For all we know, this movie they could have easily not put this movie out and just release it on Max, or not even or do the Batgirl route. Because honestly, I think Batgirl probably would have made them more money.
Probably.
Yeah.
Batgirl has a bigger pull.
Yeah.
Okay, so my heart says under 250. My balls say it won't crack 240. What does your heart tell you? Won't break 200?
It won't break 200. It'll make just underneath that.
What do your balls tell you?
It could crack 200 million.
What's your estimate? What's the exact estimate?
The exact estimate. I'm going to say
your
210.
Balls are like your gut. They're giving you the exact estimate.
I'm going to say 210.
210.
210.
240, 210.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see what happens when it comes out.
Yeah.
In December.
I'll go high as 210, but I'm going to go as low
210,
as
Bob.
200.
R.I.P.
Yep.
We'll see what happens when the movie comes out in December.
Yeah.
We'll give you guys a review afterwards, let you know if you guys should watch it or not. That brings us to the end of Keeping Up with the Nerds. I think that's about it. We exhausted every conversation. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here
Yes.
on the show.
If you guys like just the two of us, go
no.
back and listen to our older episodes.
Oh, no, please don't. Thanks for
Before
the support.
Nick was there.
Yeah, before the Nick times?
Before the Nick times.
Yeah. No, this is fun. I think having the two of us, it's good, kind of like a refresher.
Yeah.
I mean, fan favorite Nick's not on. It's fine.
Mhm.
But, you know, like, I don't know. It's a fun show to be able to talk amongst the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, not freely, but like you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know
it's
what you
like
mean.
like
It's a good throwback.
it's a good throwback.
Yeah.
As the
It
two
started with
original
the
two original
Just
founders of Keeping Up with the
two
Nerds.
of us.
We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
You
Just the
and
two
I.
of us.
All right.
That brings us to the end of issue 165. Don't forget to check out our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com. Follow us on our socials, x.com, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. Check out our YouTube channel, keepingupwiththenerds.com. Look up Keeping Up with the Nerds. That way you guys can see all the skits that come out prior to the start of the episode. Also, you guys can see the visual stuff like this lightsaber here that's been in the stand all night during recording. If you guys are on the go, exercising, on walks, driving around, don't be a Nick. Listen to the audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean. Leave a 5-star review where you guys can. Let us know what you guys think about the show. Other than that, Renee, are you ready to sign us out?
Yes,
Let's do it.
This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 165. My name is Rene.
This is Brian.
And signing off from Undercity Comics. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.